it's me, your fave, back again with another pick a card reading, okay? So I just want to make a quick shout out to Tired Mummy for the shirt. I know you guys are probably seeing it everywhere, all over my social media platforms, but let me tell you, I'm obsessed with this company. They are located in San Antonio, and they are just two moms making rad t-shirts. Okay guys, so we have pile number 1 here with the carnelian. We have pile number 2 here with the agate. Then we have pile number 3 here with the fluorite. So please take a minute, take your 3 mindful breaths, and choose your pile. Okay, so pile number 1 with the carnelian, this is your reading. So for this reading, I'm going to be doing upright only. Okay. So the High Priestess card, first of all, is a major arcana, so I just want to tell you that. That's a good thing. That's like one of the higher vibrational cards, right? But the High Priestess is very intuitive. She's very like into her spirituality. She's very much, again, intuitive. The Six of Cups talks about being very childlike. I feel like you just have a lot of fun. Like you definitely have a lot of fun. You are always looking for something new. You're just like, you have like that childlike energy where it's like you just constantly want to look to the future and be vibrant and be positive, but still you follow your intuition. I feel like people really like that about you. So I have the forest here, and I feel like you're always growing, and then the cave. So if you think about it, these two are two totally different environments. We have the cave where, you know, there's no light, there's no, everything is completely different. Like we have, you know, chameleons or salamanders or whatever the fuck they are, whatever they are, that grow with no pigment and no eyes because they don't need it, because that's how much they rely on their like intuition. You don't even need to see, you just know instinctively like what to do. And the forest to me talks about like not just being protected but constantly growing, that constant growth, having those roots, right, to really dig deep within yourself and be deep embedded within yourself and know yourself, right? Then I have patience. You probably are a very patient person, and you're always changing. Again, growth. You're always changing, you're always growing, you're always reinventing, and people really like that about you. It's like they never know what they're gonna get, but it's always still you. It's always authentic because you have those deep roots, right? And then we have this card. So I wanted to get a little bit more of the physical aspects, and I feel like when people see you, they see like just someone who's like wild and free. Like they're just like living their best life, like doing their thing. And you know, it doesn't have to necessarily be the sexual aspect here, but at the end of the day, you're comfortable with yourself, with your sexuality, with your way that you present yourself is just very like free and very regal. I don't know why that's coming to me, but definitely regal. I mean, if she's on this horse, you know. And then if you look at the grain at the bottom, it's very abundant. And I feel like this naturally draws and attracts abundance to you, is because you are just living your best life. People are like, hey, I want to do that too. That looks like fun. I want to ride that horse. That sounds so terrible. But yeah, I know that came through super fast, but that was like, seriously, that was really fast for me. But yeah, you definitely have that like childlike energy, and I think that people just genuinely appreciate that about you. You're always taking flight. And if I want you to notice here too, both of these cards are talking about the sky. Like the sky's the limit for you. Like you don't see boundaries. You're not one of those people who feels like you've peaked. Like you feel like, okay, but like what else? What else is new? What else can I do? Relying on your intuition like that, I think is also really cool. I think people really appreciate that about you, because you're just like doing your thing and you don't even know what you're doing, but you're just having fun while you do it. And I think personally that is the best way to be. I'm a little bit biased. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that made sense for you guys. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever platform you see this on. You can book a personal reading with me if you want to get a little bit more in depth. I'll hype you up some more. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Okay, pile number 2 with the agate. Agate, one day I'll figure it out. This is your reading. So we're gonna start off with the blue cards. And this reading, we're only reading upright. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. Obviously you can read. And the Three of Swords. Three of Swords. So I want to know we have 2 swords and swords cards here, and swords are all about fire energy, passion, right? I feel like you're a very passionate person. You're very much like an intellectual, and you're very much like an authority in your own standing. Like you're very authoritative and not in like an aggressive way. I feel like people see you as like nothing stands in your way. Like things that should trip you up don't. And I think people really admire that about you. Like they're very much like you know, you've always got a new perspective. And I feel like even whenever you've been through tough times, you've had heartache, you've had sorrow, you've had loss, you know, again, you're still persistent, you're still authoritative, you're still commanding in whatever it is that you do, and you really stand your ground. I think that people really, really like that about you. So we have release and truth. Yeah, like mental clarity again with the King of Swords. So I lied. Swords is air energy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure swords is air energy, right? Wands is fire. Okay. Okay, yeah. That would make sense. Okay. Well, this just changes everything. So yeah. So air is all about if you think of like an Aquarius is like very like to the point, and I feel like, and they're all about being in their head, being in a headspace. I feel like that's you. You're very much an intellectual. Again, you're very much authoritative. You very much know what you're talking about. At the same time, like you're capable of growing constantly, this constant cycle of growth, release, replenish, renew, and standing in your own truth and your own power. Like you know what you're talking about. And I think that people really, really like that about you. We have the Shaman and the Orphan. Okay. So to me, what this talks about is like, even whenever you've experienced loss, again, with that Three of Swords, whenever you've experienced heartache, you don't let that stop you. You don't let that trip you up. You just keep going. And the Shaman here talks about how like, even though you're very practical, you're also very spiritual. And I think that people like that duality about you as well. They're very much like, wow, like this person really is like very well-rounded. Like they're not just about the intellectual spots or pieces of themselves. They're also about the spiritual, their soul. They nurture their spirit. I think that people really, really like that about you. So then I pulled 2 cards for more of the physical aspects, right? Or a card about the physical aspects. So I have this one. So I feel like, again, duality. We have the man and the woman. They're pressed together, right? And they're cloaked together. And so I feel like you have this very much like dual part of your personality. You're not hyper masculine, you're not hyper feminine. You know how to stand your ground, but you also know when to be soft. Like people really, really like it about you because you're just very, very well-rounded in your energy. And I think that people genuinely appreciate that because they know that no matter what it is that they need from you, they're going to get whatever it is they need, whichever side that needs to be present is going to be there. So I hope it was helpful, guys. I hope you liked that. I hope that made sense. If it did, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever platform you see this on. Jesus, every time. I'm telling you, there's just so many different platforms. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and y'all take care. Okay, pile number 3 with the fluorite. This is your reading. So we're gonna start off with the blue cards first. So we're gonna start off with the blue cards first, okay? So we're gonna start off here. So we have the Knight of Wands. The Four of Pentacles. And we're reading all these upright only. The Seven of Wands. And the King of Cups. Cool. So we have a lot of water energy here. I only say that because I know that the wands are about fire, right? But the imagery is very much water heavy. So that really draws my eye personally. Okay. I feel like you're very much, you're always up for a good challenge. I think people really like that. Like you're very like competitive, but you're not like overbearing. Like I want to make that very clear because sometimes people can just be like, oh, I don't care, I'll do anything to win. But you're not like that. You're very much in control of yourself. You're not like one of those crazy people, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like you are, like I said, very competitive. You have this energy, this passion, this like zest for some reason that's coming to mind for life. I think that people really like that about you as well. Like you just constantly, you want to better yourself all the time. Like you're never like just sad. Like there's never a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, like I could just do nothing for forever and I would be fine. You're like, no, like what's next? What's new? Let's go. And I think that that is really like attractive to people. And you're also very emotionally balanced. Like you don't, like you might not feel that way. And I definitely feel like you don't feel like that, but like you are. People perceive you as being very emotionally balanced, very much in check, in control of the way that you feel, and being able to harness that and use that to create this insane passion for life. So then I have adventures. So you're very adventurous, like we said, passionate for lust, energy for life, and you're very successful. And if you're not, you don't feel like you're successful enough, you have achieved success, and people see that, they perceive it. You're very much one to watch out for. Delight. So I feel like you just, again, you take such joy in just living, like living your best life, dude. And you're flexible. Again, like, you know, this is really, if you felt drawn to pile 2, this is like very similar to pile 2. You're able to bend with the things that happen in life, right? You're able to kind of like flex, be flexible. As things come your way, you're just like, oh, okay, that's cool. It's an adventure. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, you're like, ooh, that's a challenge. I like that. And I think that people really, really like that about you, because most people would be like, oh my God, like, what else? What next? What next? And you're not like that. You're just like, okay, cool. Like, let's go. So then I have the Queen. So even though it's this energy is gender neutral, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or male or female or whatever you want to be. The Queen talks about being nurturing, being giving, being very motherly, right? And then we have the Vessel, and then we have the Mystic. So I feel like even though you have this insane masculine energy with being always up for a good challenge, very much being competitive and things like that, you're also very feminine. Like you definitely, you're a creator. And I only say that because of the Vessel here. The Vessel to me talks about creation. And the Mystic, you're very much open to the intuitive nature of whatever it is that you do. Whether or not you realize it or you think it, like this is very much like a go with the flow kind of vibe. And I think that people like that about you because again, you're just going, you're just being, you're just doing your thing. And just, you know, doing whatever you want to do and having fun while you do it. I think that people really, really like that about you. I think that this reading is a really good combination of piles 1 and 2, actually. So then I got, okay. So this is more for the physical stuff, right? But again, if you look, it's the same. Oh, it's not the same woman. I lied. Yeah, okay. So again, duality here. You've got a dominant female, submissive man, and you have a dominant man, submissive female. So I feel like you're very much capable of doing both. Like you're very much, again, you go with the flow, you go with the mood, whatever it is that you feel like. It's very intuitive, and you're just kind of open to it, and you're willing to experience it no matter which way it comes. And this doesn't have to be sexual, okay? I know that these cards are sexual. This is more for the energy purposes, right? And more for the physical as well. Although it really didn't come across as physical, but what's really drawing me is the same leggings. So maybe you have really great legs. I don't know. But if you do, you know, right? People always know what they have that's good. So, not that they have anything that's bad. Oh my gosh, this is, my words are, Alrighty, guys. I just feel like you're just living your best life, like, as heck. I just want to throw that out there. Good energy. Well, I hope that made sense to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that hyped you up, gassed you up. You are great. You are magnificent. Keep living your best life. Don't lose that passion. And thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, you know. And you can book a private reading with me at brujitaBoutique.com. And you guys stay safe.